Hello, everybody. I'm Brian,
And I'm Brian.
and this is Brian versus Brian, episode 181, Cyborg. All right, released April 7th, 1989. Our boy, Claude
Van
Van
Damme.
Damme.
Yeah.
Van Damme, directed by Albert Pune. Pune. This guy's known for B movies and directed DVD kind of stuff. That almost always includes a cyborg.
It's his thing. It's his shtick.
He was interviewed and he's like, I don't particularly even like cyborgs. Okay.
He like typecasted himself to the cyborg land.
I think after the success of what was it, Kickboxer, this production company offered him a starring role in one of three movies. This is the one he picked. Van Damme has been quoted as saying this is one of his least favorite films he's been in. I can see why. I didn't really remember this film. This is totally not what... I don't remember watching this one much, if at all, growing up, because it didn't really give me anything. I was thinking like Universal Soldier. I don't know why I was confusing the two. And I was like, this will be sick. This is the Vietnam robot. Then I'm watching, I'm like, whoa.
Nope. Nope.
This is a different movie and not as good.
Yeah, we actually watched this one quite a bit for some fucking reason. This was like a Van Damme classic in our household. It was like Universal Soldier, Cyborg, and like Bloodsport. Those were the three that we watched a lot. I don't know why this one was in there. There's better Van Damme movies, but for whatever reason, this
Far better.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'd venture to say this might be the worst Van Damme movie I've ever seen. I don't know. The Quest, I still hate The Quest.
Yeah, that was a slog.
Just fucking 1920s and Van Damme don't mix.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was, 40s.
That's a nap time movie. You want a nap? Put on the fucking Quest.
Yeah. It starts with that fucking voiceover. In the future, the virus is taking over. And that bad guy's voice is like, some want a cure to stop the madness and cure this world. But I love the madness. Yeah. And I love this
the
world.
misery.
Yeah. Oh, shit. It's like
that's not even the real guy's voice, too. I didn't know that until today. I watched this movie probably dozens of times.
Oh, it's got to be dubbed, yeah.
Definitely dubbed. It is not the original guy's voice.
Yeah, he's like from New Zealand. He's probably like, "Oh, hey, fucking Van Damme, come down here.
I don't need no cure.
Come and get slogged, you topper." Oh yeah. He kept reminding me of the guy.
You're speaking on the voiceover or the narration in the beginning, which is funny because 2 minutes later, when we're getting into the movie now, but a couple minutes later, he runs into the cyborg, and he basically says the same exact thing again. She's like, "I got the cure. I don't want a cure. I like this world. I like the misery." Like,
I like the misery.
We get it, pal.
Yeah, this movie is just fucking. What was the budget on this thing? It was less than $500,000. Filmed in 23 days.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, basically, they just went to a place that had a abandoned building and a woods next to it.
Yeah.
And we had on a river to put this boat on. That's probably the most expensive thing they did was fucking prop up this boat to look like some water world, Walking Dead, post-apocalyptic world. But the only people like you ever see in the world are like him and the other people. There's really no one else populating this world except one cyborg. There's very little story. Every time they want you to know something, I love how they just flash back to something. Typically the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. I already know this. Yeah, but he's thinking about it again. He's thinking about his family.
Oh, my God.
like him in a blue room kissing that chick on the neck. That's how it all usually is. Like a flashback of Van Damme movies is him
Yeah.
and like a naked chick in a colored room kissing on each other, silhouettes against a very bright background.
God, ridiculous.
Oh,
And how many
that's
times
how
do we
I.
see them laying in bed with the bad guy watching over them from the window? I think we've
Oh
seen
yeah,
that like 4 times. Like we get it.
I love it. They're about to do it, and they lay down in the bed, and this window's like 3.5 feet from the bed. No window on it that I can see. It's just like an opening with curtains.
Yeah.
And then the guy's standing there. He's got shorter hair, so that's how you could tell it's in the past. The Fender, I think, is a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then it's just one thing that makes this movie way worse. I think if you just redid the score, it could be a better movie. But every time something happens, they got this just terrible, cheesy score, like
Yeah.
like this fucking synthesizer, like B movie, like shock and awe, like soap opera type
Oh yeah,
sounds.
totally.
Like it'll turn to a character, it'll go, and I'm like, oh my god, like it makes it so much worse. But yeah, that scene was hilarious. They're standing there at the window, and he's, and I think he does kind of make like a noise like that. And then there's one guy on the end that you can't see because there's a curtain, and he uses like a baseball bat or something, and he kind of pushes the curtain over and looks in.
Oh,
I
I
want a
see.
piece of this.
Move
Oh
side.
god, it was good. So we get that voiceover, and then there's like a fucking scientist talking to a chick, and he's like, we need you to get the information and bring it back. We can create a cure. You're the only one who can do it. You've been chosen because of your unique model and attributes. And she's a cyborg for some fucking reason. And as far as I could tell, there's only one of them.
Hmm.
There's not a bunch of cyborgs running around. And I was like, you're going to call a movie Cyborg and not make Jean-Claude Van Damme a cyborg? You psychos. What
Right.
is wrong? uh, I'm just waiting. I was hoping it was going to be revealed like he was part cyborg. That's why he could fight good or something. I'm like, oh, nope. He's a, what do they call those? A slinger?
Slinger, yeah,
I'm
gunslinger.
a slinger. What? I don't know what kind of gun he has. Some weird fucking
Yeah. It's like
fucking
a
weird ass
cylinder
gun.
thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
What does it
and it
shoot?
just goes, and it goes.
Is it BBs or what?
It's like a fucking Nerf gun, dog. It's like he's got to find darts
Yeah.
throughout the wilderness, little rubber darts. Oh man.
Oh
So
shit.
that's about all we know about that. This cyborg chick gets sent on a mission, and I don't even remember. She somehow runs into Van Damme.
Yeah, she's like being chased, and they like chase her down an alleyway.
Oh yeah, for some
and then
reason, yeah, like he's in the hall,
He's there.
he's in the alleyway, just like whoa, behind like a wall, kind of listening in, and wow, kicks a foot
Yeah.
up there, just beating ass, and she's like, "Oh, help me get to Atlanta." And, no, thank you.
Just leave.
Why? Why would you save me? I feel sorry for you, or something like that. Shit, I don't know. Yeah, he leaves. Probably has a couple more flashbacks. He knew this.
Oh, I think they actually beat him up or something. Something happens. He goes through a wall, and then he's like knocked out. I think. Well, I don't know. But what's interesting about that scene is I noticed two errors. I don't know if you caught this sunglass one, but the Fender guy shows up in that scene to the cyborg, and there's a close up of him and his glasses. Which, by the way, his glasses change throughout the movie. Sometimes you can't see through them. Sometimes they're reflective. Sometimes they're not. Anyways, this scene they are reflective, and literally right there in frame, there's a set guy in a white T-shirt with a red bandana in his neck, just standing there against the wall in the reflection. He's like looking around. I'm like, all right, you didn't take that out. And then the other thing I thought was at some point in that scene, the cyborg takes her hair off, and you can see all the gadgetry. In the
Oh
hair.
yeah, that
And
was
her
so funny.
face matched the face of the woman later on in the movie, Van Damme's. Like that had her face. It didn't match the face of the woman who's actually playing the cyborg. I was like, at some point in production, was the other woman supposed to be the cyborg? And then they flopped the roles for the actresses or something? Because that face on that robot looked exactly like the woman that Van Damme was with. But
I don't know about exactly.
Pretty close.
The only thing I thought of when I saw that face was this is just a fucking fake ass face. It doesn't look like
Big ol'
anybody.
eyeballs.
It's just, put my hair back on. It's like you take the hair off, it becomes a fucking monster, a rubber skinned monster. It's like. Oh my god! It's like Terminator 1 when it had the rubber Arnold head taking the eyeball out, but
Yeah.
somebody just fucking beat the shit out of it. It's like,
Oh
it
my
was
god.
so bad. No, I didn't think it looked like her. I didn't really put that together, but I didn't think it really looked like a human. To be honest,
did look
I was
really
like,
fucking
"What?"
weird.
I was like, "What is this, dude?" Wow. Okay. Well, that's the budget, man. 500,000 won't get you much latex, I guess. Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. I just turned into this monster who took the wig off, and the wig goes on, and then it's the actress. And I love the glasses, dude. The stupid glasses.
Yeah.
Because he looks so fucking weird without them. Those got to be contacts, right?
Yeah, I
This
think
can't
so.
be his fucking eyes, man. It's like,
But why? Why did you do that?
the misery. And why does he cover him up all the time? They're too weird looking. So, who's this other chick? He gets fucking starts hanging out with this other girl who's not the cyborg, and I don't even know what her deal was. I don't remember.
Neither do I.
Because there's like no story. It's like fucking a couple words here and there and a flashback. I don't even know what the hell's going on. You just know that the bad guy is a pirate, crazy dude with glasses. Watched them hump in a bed, killed his family. Now they've re-met and he's chasing them. Or is Van Damme chasing them? I can't quite tell. They just end up in the same spots a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like
yeah, but you got
they're
this-
trying to get to
Atlanta.
The cyborg's trying to get to Atlanta.
I like how the cyborg's trying to get to Atlanta to beat the bad guys and get the cure, and then they're like, I'll take you to Atlanta. It's like, what?
Yeah, it makes no fucking sense. So now Van Damme is hot on pursuit, and that's basically the movie, is him trying to catch up to them on the way to Atlanta.
Yeah, but they're already bringing her to Atlanta. I mean, what are you going to do? I don't understand.
Ridiculous.
I think the whole thing is like, oh, we can defeat them in Atlanta because we have resources there. We can't defeat them anywhere else but Atlanta. Okay. And then this other girl who he's with is like, I have no idea what her fucking deal is. She's like, she knows about it and wants to help that chick get to Atlanta. But just like Jean-Claude Van Damme, she's already on her way to Atlanta with probably the best people to get her there. The fucking crazy people that no one will fuck with. So basically they're just following, kind of making sure she gets there. Not doing much. And then, yeah, Van Damme says so little in this movie. It's crazy. She'll be given all this exposition by the fire. What are you feeling? And then, flashback to this little girl holding a barbed wire chain, trying to hold up her family, and it slips through her hands and gets bloody. Ah!
What?
I want to be a slinger like you and kill pirates. You're going to be better than a slinger. And, yeah. Yeah, she's asking him these questions, and he's not really answering around a fire. And then, then she's like, "You got to help him get to Atlanta. If you help me, I could help you." And he's like, "What do you mean?" And she takes off her towel, kind of. I don't even think she shows a titty. This might be the only Van Damme movie without a titty. But it implies titties. And then he's like, comes over. You think, okay, this is the he has sex in every movie. It's got to be in here. It's contractual. And so he goes over there and he pulls her towel up over her shoulders. No,
Not this one.
not this time. I'm in love with my dead wife. So that was kind of interesting. I was like, wow, we did it. We made it through. So that was strange. I did hear this movie was rated X for a while. and they had to cut down a lot. I couldn't imagine what they cut out. Uh, some of it is a little bit more gory than you would think, like showing like knife penetration in chest. Like
Yeah.
Van Damme, there's that. Van Damme usually doesn't do a lot of killing. I mean, he might shoot you or he'll beat you up, but he
Hmm.
doesn't. He's not right there killing you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This one, he's breaking necks. He's pulling guys into columns with knives protruding from the columns, and
Hmm.
it is pretty brutal.
He's got a knife in his shoe that he fucking
Yeah, he's
slices
got the
people's throats.
ah!
This is pretty cool. I enjoy that. It's a little stupid, but I love it.
Yeah. So where are we at? We're just pretty much that's it. There's not a whole lot. They're just following the pirates. And then they like get to the building. This is the big climax is a building, and you get to this building and start fighting, and then all of a sudden there's like 20 pirates or something. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Usually there's just him and like his 3 friends. So I don't know kind of what was happening there. I don't really.
And they're always apart. Like every chase scene they have, they're always like fucking 50 feet apart. It's fucking hilarious. And you have to watch them. You have to cut back to every single one of them on when they're on a chase scene.
Yeah. Then they got the. What do they got? There was that one scene up on the scaffolding,
Hmm.
and then that guy's just. It starts as a slow walk, 50 feet away, on a fucking catwalk, and then the other guy kind of pulls out a knife, starts going fast, ah! And then Van Damme, ah! And then they meet in the middle with just sparks on the knives and shit. It's incredible. This movie, it's amazing.
Or the sewer when they're chasing him through the sewer and he's doing the splits.
Oh God, yeah, you can't find where is he? Then they pan out a little bit, and he's doing the splits over the sewer in the dark, and he's got a knife ready to jab down his fucking throat.
Yeah.
And he looks up, and I'm like,
Fucking awesome.
had to get the splits in there at least.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, then they just kind of fight. That's not even the end fight, right?
No, I think they.
No.
Oh yeah, they leave the sewer and they chase him through the fields. There's more fighting, and then they basically beat him up and then put him up on a cross. I don't know if they're trying to do some biblical analogies with Van Damme's character coming back to life, kind of thing. But yeah, they put him up on a cross, and then he has a fucking conniption fit after another flashback, and then he fucking gets better and goes after him again. Yeah, same plot.
Yeah. But then, yeah, he's on the cross, and then he has a bunch of flashbacks of
Yes.
of his family dying, and that's a weird way to die. They tie you up with barbed wire, and they have a guy holding you up, and then they give you to the here, hold this up. If you can hold them, they'll live. Which was pretty funny, ridiculous. And then somehow she joins the gang later. I don't know what happened there, or if she left, or if they left her and then met up with her later, or they just took her with them.
Yeah, I'm assuming they just took her, but I have no fucking idea. I don't remember.
But they
We
end
just
up
know
with her
because she's wearing the same necklace. That's all we know.
yeah. And I don't think that's his daughter. I think this is like a girl he met. Is what it feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Because she says like you're so good with them, like the children.
Yeah, I'm trying. I watched this a couple days ago, so it's not as fresh in my mind. But I think that he was actually supposed to get that woman and her children somewhere. Like he was just like a navigator or something, the slinger for
To
hire.
Atlanta.
Them to Atlanta, and then they ended up falling in love or something. So it's not really his kid. I think it was hers. I think that's what the
Yeah.
story was.
Wow, the devoted stepdad who won't even have sex after she dies. That's good on him. Good on him.
Mhm.
Good on him. You know?
Should have called his stepdad, not Cyborg.
Yeah. You don't need to be a father to be a dad. That's the moral of the story. You
Oh
like that?
god.
Uh, yeah. Then he's got it on the cross and he's kicking it with his boot. Oh, just yelling, cracking the thing, and then finally, I don't know. It doesn't break, doesn't it? His friend comes and saves him, doesn't she?
No, it breaks. Then he's just like
Does it
laying
break?
on the ground, and then she comes and
Uh,
yeah,
it's like,
he
what are you gonna
manages to
do with
get
this?
down. He's got
What are
them
you gonna do
strong
with this
legs.
cross on you? And you're just like hopping around with it. You're on the ground, but you know.
Oh my god.
Uh, so and then the final battle, I don't even fucking remember. It might be in a building or somewhere too. It's it's always raining because it looks cool.
Yeah.
So gets the actors wet. And this guy's physique, you think he's all fucking jacked during the whole movie because he's wearing. Oh, the outfits are pretty ridiculous too. I
Yeah.
love it, dude. Jean Claude's got some like vest, and then it's got like a gold sequined like figure skater shirt, Milli Vanilli shit underneath it. The
Mhm.
bad guy looks like Richard Simmons mixed with like Shredder. It's got this purple sequined shirt that's got the big puffy shoulder things, and it's just wacky stuff. And anyways, he takes off his shirt for the last battle, and he's super small than what you think from having his clothes on. Smaller than Van Damme. Like Van Damme's got these huge pecs, and this guy's lean and
Yeah.
muscular, but it's very small. Like Van Damme's got the meat, and this guy's
Mhm.
just skinny, muscular. And he's like, ah! It's like, oh, put the shirt on, man. Uh, yeah, I guess he was just some surfer that the director saw one day and loved his look and thought he would make a great villain. And that's probably why they got to dub him over because he probably can't fucking speak for shit or
Which is
have
kind
a
of funny
crazy
because
accent.
he plays a surfer in Point Break, the Keanu
Yep.
Reeves Swayze movie. He's a very very small role, but he's in it.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I thought he was like Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but no,
Mm.
I think I'm wrong on that. Kind of looks similar.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
Um,
talking about. Yeah, no, yeah, totally.
yeah, because that's like an actor, an American actor
Hmm.
that plays Shao Kahn. He does small stuff, but I can't remember his name. Yeah, and then finally they have this big battle. Of course, there's like puddles of water, so when you fight, you get knocked in. Oh, always got a puddle of fucking water. So then when you're hurt, someone could get on top of you and like push your head under it a little bit and stuff like that. The water creeps up on your chest and takes some of the blood away. It's always a
Hmm.
puddle of water in these kind of movies. He finally
So much
defeats him.
screaming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the whole fight, he's just screaming.
Yeah, it reminded me like it sounds a lot like the Lawnmower Man like VR voice.
Yeah, totally.
Like it's like non-human, very weird sounding. Definitely not coming from this man's body.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Oh. And yeah, he defeats him and then I don't even remember really a scene after that of Van Damme. I just remember like a door and the cyborg, like who we never really see throughout much of this movie, but apparently is the focus of the movie. Comes through a door and says hi to the scientist. She's like, "Oh, hello, Pearl." Her name's Pearl. Another musical instrument reference. Gives her a hug. "Welcome home, Pearl. Do you have the information?" "I do." "Excellent." And the door shuts. And then Cyborg. Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, the fucking stupid line. What is it? Something about the cure, and she's like, "Somehow I think men like him. He's the cure." I'm like, what? What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, the cure to what? There's this like crazy disease. I think they show a person with it once.
Hmm.
She's got like giant lesions on her face, and somebody goes in with some device, and they kind of pan away. Ah! Still don't care about the cure. Oh my god! Oh my god! Or still think the cure is not important. Yeah, no one has this disease. It's like one person. Everyone else just is riding out this water world kind
Yeah,
of
they're fine. They're a
Mad
little
Max.
dirty, but they're all right.
Yeah. Everyone seems to eat all right. You know, healthy. Everyone's buff. So someone's getting protein out here. Yeah, this is. I don't know. If it's not the worst, it's close.
Hmm.
It's the only thing keeping you watching any part of this is Van Damme, and he ain't doing much.
Yeah.
He's very silent and not the best choreography that he's had, definitely. So I'm gonna say I give it like a 4.7.
Mm.
It's it's not very good,
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
and I hate to say it because I was looking forward to it, and it was.
Yeah. This is no Universal Soldier, Time Cop, or Sudden Death. That's for damn sure. I wanted to read this real quick because you made a comment about the costumes earlier. I was on the trivia the other day looking at this, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't know any of this. But so this film was conceived to use the costumes and set builds for Masters of the Universe sequel and a live-action Spider-Man film.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Albert Pune had planned to shoot both projects simultaneously. Canon Films had to cancel deals with Mattel and Marvel because of their financial troubles, and they needed to recoup the money spent on the projects. Pune created the film's script under the pseudonym of Kitty Clamors, using two previous scripts, Johnny Guitar and Alex Rain. Some networks' television channels still use the film titles Masters of the Universe 2 Cyborg. So apparently he just made this fucking script off the fly off of two other existing scripts because they needed to recoup the cost of a potential Masters of the Universe sequel and a Spider-Man movie, which is kind of wild. So that's why all the costumes, those are costumes from Masters of the Universe 2 that were supposed to be made, which is like
It
fucking
doesn't look
crap.
like it matches either of those.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like a gold shirt. Who had a gold shirt in He-Man and He-Man 2? Who had
Oh
a
my
purple
God.
frilly blouse in Spider-Man? Who looked like a fucking who wore a loincloth in either of those?
Hmm.
Like, what's going on? Yeah, I did see that. I would love to see a fucking Spider-Man movie by this guy. To tell you the truth, in that era. Oh man,
Yeah.
I guess he did Captain America, that
Oh
'90s
wow.
one.
Hmm.
Yeah, he did that one, and so I would have Spider-Man would have been amazing to get that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I was coming with a 4.2. This is, yeah, I don't, like I said earlier, I don't know how this movie was in rotation growing up out of all the Van Damme movies, because Van Damme was a pretty big superstar in our household. I love, Van Damme was my favorite guy, so I was always watching Van Damme movies. And yeah, this one is weird. I don't know, I do like the tone of the movie. It's really like an unsettling, kind of fucked up movie. It's very violent and the way it's filmed is kind of unsettling. Like they use a lot of like slow motion and weird camera angles, and some of the music they use is really cheesy, but at moments with the visuals can be kind of off-putting. So if anything, I guess of one positive thing I can say is that the tone of the movie is kind of, you know, I don't even know how to describe it. It's unsettling, I guess, for what it's worth. Um, but I think outside of that, the acting is bad. The fucking dialogue's awful. The action scenes are okay. They're not the best. I'm trying to think. I think the best action scene was probably when him and the girl are getting ambushed in another abandoned building. Not the Fenders guys, like some other raider dudes. They try to fight him in an abandoned building. I thought that one was kind of fun. But yeah, other than that, no story. It's kind of a slog. It's only an hour and 27 minutes, but it feels much longer. I think those flashbacks really do the movie a disservice. It slows the movie down. Not that the movie had good pace anyways, but it doesn't help when the movie slows down every fucking 5 minutes to give you a flashback. I don't know. I feel like they could have just done maybe one or two, just shown the whole like flashback sequence, but the movie decides to cut up one flashback 5 different times. So you only get pieces of that one flashback. Just
Yep.
show it once and then you're done. You don't have to do it again. But the movie keeps consistently coming back to the same one over and over again. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling here, but yeah, 4.2 to me. This is not a very good movie, and it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, 4.2, 4.7. Yeah, why not just have that be the movie? Him and that group of people than him getting revenge on the pirate.
Yeah, that would be way
It's a
better.
simpler movie. You don't have to fucking make a cyborg. You don't
Mhm.
have to come up with this stupid plot. Uh, he just loves cyborgs. He just had to have it in there, no matter what. Yeah, but it's on Max. Uh, Check it out if you dare. Go see what a cheese fest Van Damme movie can be. Um, but I would hate for someone to see this and they're like it's their first Van Damme movie or something,
Yeah, that would suck.
and get like a fucking idea in their head.
Yeah, apparently this
Because
movie has like cult status. Like there's a
they made
Blu-ray
3 of them.
company. Yeah, there's a
Angelina
Blu-ray.
Jolie's in the second one
There's a Blu-ray company that like makes fancy. They're like the Criterion Collection, but for like cult classic movies. Like the
for
covers
shitty
of the
movies.
Blu-rays are like for shitty movies. And this is they released this one, and people were excited about it. So this has for
Yeah,
whatever reason the cult status. I mean, I can kind of see it. It is kind of a corny, weird movie, but it's just interesting.
and I guess it's got a director's cut
Yeah.
that the guy was like selling personally, like on his website. Like, hey, pick up my DVD, pick up my DVD. Yeah. I don't know if this is the director's cut that's on HBO.
No.
Somehow I doubt it. Yeah. So, anyways, it's on there. So that's the best I can say. I'm pretty sure they have some better Van Damme movies on there too. They don't have all of them, but they got some.
Yeah.
So yeah, appreciate you guys coming and joining us. Please check us out on Spotify and Apple Music, and as always here on YouTube. And we enjoy having you. Please like and subscribe. Please keep in touch and let us know what you think. And we're always happy to hear from you and spend our Sundays with you. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. Until the next piece, we're gonna say peace.
Peace.